Good evening and welcome to Wasps TV as Alloa Athletic take on Falkirk. I am Kieran Mooney and I'm joined as ever by Lewis. Lewis, how are we getting on this evening?
Yeah, if you've not noticed, it's a bit stressful. We have currently got my stats say I've got 259, but I know that the actual connections is a lot more than that, so something ridiculous. So yeah, if you're on Wasps TV, great. We've got currently this is e-tickets, everything through the website, and first night teething issues. So that's the joys of streaming. So I wouldn't refresh if you're on the page. That's if you've got it working, you're one of the lucky ones.
Plenty of people tuning in, buying their tickets. It's like a certain team have signed an internationalist. And
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, Lee Griffiths, obviously the man that everybody is looking out for, does start on the bench for Falkirk, but it's probably worth looking at the Alloa team. There's 3 changes to the side that finally won on Saturday. Mark Durnan comes back in, Adam King comes in, as does Stephen Boyd. Out go Andy Graham and Stefan Skugel. How do you kind of rate those changes?
Well, it wasn't the changes that the first thing that jumped out at me. It's there's only one original left in that team. It's Taggart. So I mean, this is really Barry's stamp is on the team now. And of course, I think Skugel, he's probably out due to injury. So it's not surprising that he's out. Boyd coming in. Boyd was quiet when he came on, but I would say who midfield generally was very, very quiet at Peterhead. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a good thing with Blaise Riley-Snow. He seemed, I would say, pretty immobile. I'm going to say pretty immobile. Wasn't he really involved a lot? Niang had a few moments, especially where he broke up the play and did good things. And then King coming on, he was the one to play football for Alloa.
Yeah, Adam King really did impress when he came off the bench. I think the main man that Alloa fans were glad to see return to the team, who does start tonight, is Ewan Henderson. His first game back at the Indo Drill since returning on loan. He's been in fine form this season, 12 goals for the young forward. His first came in Alloa's win against Falkirk last time out at the Indo Drill, so he'll be hoping to replicate some of that form, no doubt. Kevin Colley drops down to the bench, so unfortunately for him misses out on the opportunity just now to make his 400th Alloa appearance, but no doubt we will see him in the near future make that landmark. Mark Durnan back up to captain duties, with Andy Graham dropping down. Will do the coin toss with Paul Watson as we look to get this game set off. Alloa are just 4 points behind Falkirk, sitting in 7th position, the Wasps, so a win tonight would take them just a point behind the Bairns as we go into the business end of the season.
Yeah, and again, if Alloa could string 2 wins together, this is a big moment if we can get that. If we can string that second win together and get behind Falkirk, put them under a bit of pressure. I mean, obviously they've a marquee signing, absolute marquee signing as we go along.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see him, no doubt, and speak all about him as the game goes on.
But I mean, even the lift that he's going to give, because just think about it, it's a coup for Falkirk, big coup.
It absolutely is. I think we spoke about he's failed to score goals the last maybe couple of years, but we were watching him in the warm-up. He might not be the fittest that he's ever been in his career, but you can never take away the clinical edge of Lee Griffiths, and in League One he should, if given the service, score an absolute barrel load.
Yeah, and I think you said earlier, no free kicks about anywhere between 40 yards of the park. Yeah?
That's it, exactly. But it's not quite a debut yet for him, as Alloa just battle it out in the middle of the park. It is Henderson collecting the ball deep.
I think, do you know if did we play against Jays Caviar at C. Livingston early on in the season when we beat them?
And it's an early chance for Falkirk, and it's a good save from David Hutton to deny Anton Dowds.
He obviously had a great period at Arbroath, and he's still looking confident. I think I maybe took a sore one there.
Yeah, it looks like he's taken a sore one, and I think that is the difference between Falkirk. It's not just the headline-making signing of Lee Griffiths. They've got Anton Dowds returning, and he made a hat-trick return in his first game back. Keegan Jacobs coming in as well, very, very good player on his day. So it's probably been, a lift, a new manager as well, an interesting appointment. There's plenty of fresh faces since Falkirk last visited Alloa.
I mean, the more you think about it, the more we probably wish this game was played behind 500 fans, especially with technical issues today. But it's the reinforcements that Falkirk have brought in. That's going to be difficult to compete against. There's no other way to say it.
Looks like he's all good, and David Hutton will get the game started again eventually. But a warning shot early on for Alloa. Eventually we do get the game kick started again. David Hutton will look to go long. He's been chased down by Kabea. And to answer your question, I'm not entirely sure. To go a long way round it. I would imagine so. He played a lot in the Betfred Cup for Livingston.
Oh, sorry, we're back to Jace Gavia.
Yeah.
I was thinking, where was I?
Yeah, so he obviously had a perfect start to his Falkirk career, getting the 2 goals against East Fife a couple of weeks ago. It's a good ball from Riley Snow, but Stephen Boyd's just a little bit loose with it.
I always find it difficult. Riley Snow so far, it's hard when you're. It's like a double, Riley Snow. It doesn't roll off the tongue when you're doing. I always want to say Snow.
Yeah.
We'll see how he goes to his Alloa career. I think he was very muted at Peterhead. Obviously, I think you probably only have seen the highlights of it.
Yeah, I know. I watched the full game.
Oh, did you?
I
see,
watched
just
the
there wasn't much football getting played there, eh? So
it wasn't a game that lives long in the memory.
No.
But I think in these sorts of positions that Riley Snow plays, sometimes you don't want to be the headline maker. You just want to go about your business quietly and get it done in that deep lying midfield role. But I think what you're saying about the mobility and the energy in the middle of the park is probably what we're looking for a wee bit more.
Yeah.
But I can see all his teammates are down to support him. All the Wraith Rovers boys have come out in force.
I can tell you Liam Dick definitely had a name on I think the players have obviously they get a few complimentary tickets, so Liam Dick will be here tonight.
Yeah, there's a few of them, Benedictus and Ethan Ross as well, so I'm sure the Falkirk fans will be delighted to hear that.
Oh yeah. Well, they're in the home side, so I wonder who they're supporting.
That is good from Falkirk though, and he nearly gets that ball down the line. It's a good interception though from Taggart, and it is Riley Snow that deals with it, but he's hounded out. And Falkirk win a throw-in. Falkirk go long, Mendy licks it, bounce off the top of his head, and Dowds looks to capitalise on it, but it's a heavy touch and into the hands of David Hutton. Mendy just giving us a heart in the mouth moment. Here is Mendy. Switches it across to Mark Durnan, and now Daniel Trich has a bit of space to go into. Goes down the line looking for Henderson. And Falkirk will win the throw-in off of the Alloa forward. And again, Mendy's going to have to deal with it, and he doesn't. Anton Dow's causing him all sorts of problems. And he's got a bit of space here on the right-hand side. Dowds comes off of Mark Durnan, and Alloa will have a corner to defend. Mendy just putting his team in a little bit of pressure there. Falkirk do have the corner kick now. Alloa will have to defend. Ball comes in. Well cleared by Mark Durnan. Out for a throw in on this far side. Again, Falkirk continue to pile the pressure on with the throw in. Liam McCann over to take it. Battling from Boyd, and Alloa have won it back with Senna. Looks to get himself out of a tricky situation, and Riley Snow goes long. It's too much on it for Connor Salmon though, and trickles through to Robbie Much. And it's good from Senna pressing, and he's looking at his attackers, asking them to come with him, but nobody does, and Falkirk regain possession.
Yeah, those were the moments that really shone in Peterhead. There was 2 or 3 opportunities where Senna broke up the play, started attacks, and that was where we made our chances.
For the goal as well, he did it for the goal. He did it against Celtic as well. It's definitely a key highlight of his game. And I suppose the signing of Riley Snow just allows him to continue playing that further forward role in the midfield. Something that he didn't quite start his Alloa career with, but he's made it his own as the season's gone on. Taggart goes down the line. Connor Salmon looks to knock it into Stephen Boyd, but it's easily intercepted by Jacobs. And now Falkirk regain possession once more. Mackay out to Williamson. Dowd's dropping deep. Finds McGuffey. Good turn by McGuffey, but forced back by Ewan Henderson. Jacobs, and it has been Falkirk dominating most of the ball in the early chances of this game. It's good feet from Senna, and Alloa can look to carve their own chance now.
Nice and composed by Riley Snow there. I like it.
Yeah.
I think Adam King was the man who really calmed things down when he came on. But so far, like you say, it's Falkirk who've been more smooth in possession.
Yeah, and then well, that was an acrobatic fall there from Senna, replicating Graham Murty there on his head. But this is good opportunity for Daniel Church to bomb down the wing. Goes in looking for Henderson, but it's just evades Hendo. And now Church has got to work his way back, do his defensive duties. It's interesting to see Henderson. It's not really, when you see Henderson and Salmon's name in the starting 11, you expect a more traditional front two. It's definitely not. It's more like kind of Boyd on the right and Henderson on the left wing. And I think, personally, I think Henderson's probably better down the middle. We've seen that in his first spell.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, tonight it's a 4-4-3. I thought against Peterhead that Kevin Colley dropped Stephen Boyd seems to be staying high, so maybe that'll be more support just as we go. The man is involved, but it's not a bad way to calm things down.
Yeah, it was good from Salmon linking the play up on the long ball. And as Boyd goes for the big switch. Forced back though.
And there wasn't many times in the game against Peterhead where we were up on the halfway line, like forcing the play.
Here's Henderson with a chance to drive at Falkirk. Here he goes, he looks to slip through Salmon, and Watson gets the vital touch on it, an interception. But Alloa win it back quickly with Taggart. He looks to get the ball straight back in, cleared though. Still there for Alloa. Good from Taggart just to open the play up. And Mendy can put it back to his goalkeeper. It's a good ball out from Hutton. And Henderson gets it on the half turn, and here he goes, knocks it into centre.
You have to say as well that Henderson had an impact coming back for Hearts and just getting on the score sheet again.
Yeah.
He makes it look so easy when he runs past quite long. He's a quality keeper.
This is good. Interchange from Alloa, and King looks to slip through Salmon. He got a touch on it. It looked like it was inevitably going to fall into Much's arms, but closer than you think, and Salmon was inches away from dinking that one over the Falkirk goalkeeper. Yeah, and it's straight up into the Alloa end. It's Kabaya. Good interchange there. The Falkirk have a chance. It's cleared though by Adam King and helped along by Durnan, and here's Henderson once more.
I think we really struggled holding the ball up. I mean, Henderson threw that away there, but this is one of the issues when Henderson is getting the ball just seemed to bounce off him and come straight back. I mean, I think Falkirk could be slower Falkirk, so I mean, this is a good situation for us where we can maybe recover a little bit.
It's an ambitious ball, but I think Williamson will get there. Good turn of pace. He's got Church for company. Ball does come in the middle though. Anton Dowds. And his pass is just a little bit slack. It's interesting the position that Anton Dowds is playing. He seems to be absolutely everywhere, onto every single loose ball, but just slack there from him.
And you can see why he was so valued. Something like Roth, I mean, they might go on to win the league. It was good. He's bringing it back to Falkirk. Did you see his first interview? I thought it was interesting that Falkirk fans thought it was miserable.
I think it was quite the. It's always quite the story. Go from top of the championship to what looked like a relegation fight in League One, but they've turned their fortunes. They're looking up the way. But Arbroath have done all right replacing them, so always well for both parties.
Exactly. Jack Hamilton's hit the ground running massively as well,
yeah.
So well done to him.
And Craig Whiting in the door. The fairy tale continues for Dick Campbell. Every time you see it, it's just a tinge of jealousy. But they're doing excellent. It's good from Henderson, just putting the pressure on Brad McKay. Alloa just seem to have settled a little bit more into this game after quite a tough opening 10 minutes. Henderson just ducks out of that one. Falkirk win back possession with Williamson. McGuffey takes in a tight area, but his pass is wayward. Durnan just takes a safe option, goes back to his goalkeeper. Good to see Mark Durnan back in the squad, back in the starting 11. Shame at the expense of Andy Graham, but always good to see him.
I think he's always going to come back in. It's interesting that he's on men. A few shaky moments against me.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, for coming back from the African Cup of Nations, it's. I think, I thought the training would be good for Mendy, but I haven't spoken to him. He said that the training over there was terrible.
Was it?
Absolutely shocking. So I don't know if the boys just went there and were calling it in because they were on holiday.
Yeah. Or maybe Barry.
Very interesting.
Maybe Barry just sets such a high standard.
Ah, well, there you go. There you go.
But no, that is interesting. No, he's slotted back in pretty seamlessly, but he's had a few shaky moments already tonight and on Saturday, so we'll be hoping just a bit of a steadier head as he finds his feet back in League One again. Church over with the throw in just down at the corner flag. Snow does well, just gets Yeah, just shows a bit of bravery there, and he's still battling for it. Using his strength, does well. That could fall anywhere. Salmon's making a nuisance of himself. Still got it.
Well, he won it. It's just moving in the middle.
Yeah. He's done everything right, Connor Salmon. Just wanting something there to break for you and fall for you, but not quite to be. Here's Henderson in a tight space. Good feet from Henderson, and he brings it into Church. It's into Stephen Boyd, and he's inches away from making a connection to that. Taggart can put the ball back in there. Salmon gets there, front post, and it's wide. And it was an excellent ball from Taggart. Salmon got in front of the defender, and I was just waiting for the net to bulge.
Yeah, what a moment. What a moment. That could have been it. Salmon, I know he'd enjoyed it against his former club.
I don't think he can do much more. He seems to have done everything right at the timing of his run, making the connection. You're just expecting it to go in the back of the net.
Oh, here's another one though. Bounced through.
He's taking.
He is a steamroller. What a man.
He's taking Paul Watson out in his tracks. Not quite getting there though. That's a good ball down to Kabaya, but Durnan doesn't let him pass.
Sam was offside, so that ball was a bit aimless again. That's too ambitious for us.
We've definitely seen a new lease of life of Connor Salmon, I think, since the Celtic game. We've seen him in flashes, shall we say, but I think he's been performing well. Doing the dirty work of strikers.
Like I said, I've said this a few times. If you could get a hybrid between him and Henderson, just the goal scoring prowess of Henderson, the sort of general link-up play to Connor Salmon, because he's such a nuisance. Yeah. If you could make a hybrid, that'd be top of football. It'd be like Erling Haaland or something like that. You know, absolute madman.
That's clip that. Connor Salmon plus Ewan Henderson equals Erling Haaland. And no steps in between. He's not quite won that, but Adam King's brave. Not rewarded for it though. I'd like to see a bit. And it's good interception from Adam King. He goes back the way though. Falkirk just settle back in their position. Mendy goes long. It's really long.
Just obviously we're down numbers by COVID as well. See if we score, Kieran, are you going to run over and do the announcement?
That's true, actually.
If you missed it at the beginning, Kieran was reading out the team names. So.
I never even thought about that. How far does this cable stretch?
We could have done a live commentary of Dano.
I'm sure they would have absolutely loved to hear that. There's an opportunity and he's blazed it over the bar, not quite out the stadium but not far off it, and it's a goal kick for David Hutton. Alloa definitely had the better of the second 10 minutes after weathering the storm. Probably should find themselves 1-0 up. The scoreline remains 0-0. And there's definitely no underestimating how big this game is. If we lose today, it's...
Yeah, I think our ambitions come to an end and it's probably just survival and consolidate for next season. I like to look on the plus side when we can say maybe we'll turn around and actually make something this season, get into the playoffs, get ourselves in contention for a bit of glory at the end. Yeah,
I don't see why not. I think when you lose most weeks you don't tend to look at the table, but when you win you have a wee look, and I was quite surprised to see, albeit maybe a bit of a false reading with other teams' games in hand, but how close it is still to fourth. It's definitely...
Yeah, we've been helped massively by Queen's Park. They just rolled themselves over. They went completely the opposite way from the beginning of the season. Yeah, they seem to be quite confident.
Just 1-1s after 1-1s. Obviously a 1-1 draw with Falkirk at the weekend as well.
And we broke it last season. Or sorry,
That's a good bit of trickery there. And Williamson's pass is in behind for Anton Dowd. He looks to catch Hutton out in his near post, but he just plucks that one out.
God, nothing happened out because he moved away. And I forget I'm on a joystick here, so that was yawing to the corner flag. We could have missed the first goal. That'd have been a first.
Ball goes long looking for Connor Salmon. He wins it well, but Senna wins the second ball and it's still there for Alloa. It's Connor Salmon. It's just a hit and hope. He'll chase it down.
Do well to win in this goal.
Oh, and it's not far away yet. A good call from the referee.
I'm under enough pressure.
Yep. Good turn of pace there from Connor Salmon. Didn't think I'd say that tonight, but he's done well. And this is an opportunity for Alloa in the corner. Stephen Boyd not really been involved too much tonight. Chance for him to put one of his special crosses in. And it's a decent one. It's Mark Durnan has headed it back exactly where it came from, but he's offside.
Yep. That's a bit unfortunate. The second ball in, I mean, it wasn't any better, so I guess that's an issue. It's our set piece deliveries. Stephen Boyd did go through a wee couple patch, but he's almost lost it, I think.
It's not been too involved tonight either. I'm probably looking for a wee bit more returning to the side in the place of Kevin Colley. Maybe him to get involved in the game a little bit more.
That's a bit disappointing as well. Like 400 appearances as well. It could have been for Kev Colley. Just to see him feature.
That's a late one from Adam King. I think he's going to get away with it, but I'm sure that'll be his last one. Yeah, it's always a shame when you do the big Twitter build-up and you plan the programme around it, and then he sits on the bench and you can't announce it or anything. But
hey, there's another option, a chance. Well, chance for him. In fact, is he on the bench?
Yes, he's on the bench.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Here, Falkirk come once more. It's just a little bit loose though. Can Alloa hit them on the break? Jacobs is coming over to catch Henderson. Yeah, he's not getting him, but it's a great challenge from Mackay. It looked like even Jacobs was moving at 100 miles an hour, but still towing a truck compared to Ewan Henderson.
And that's like you said, if we were facing off Griffiths versus Henderson. We've got unbelievable speed. Well, maybe no fitness. I'm not sure with Henderson, but unbelievable speed.
It's a good ball. McGuffey at the edge of the box. Durnan goes to deck, just about deals with it, still bobbling about. It's composed there from Senna. Gets out of danger.
Slow again. It's putting the keeper under pressure. I suppose he's smooth enough, but he's got that in his locker. That's the thing that's really impressed me so far with Really Snow, is his ability to knock the ball 60, 70 yards.
Adam King's been done there in the middle of the park by Mackay.
Yeah, Durnan steps in nicely, but cuts out any danger.
Goes long for Henderson. He's just showing a little bit too much on that touch. Falkirk back in safe possession. Taylor Sinclair. Queen's Park do lead Dumbarton by a goal to 0, so it's puts the pressure on more so for tonight's game, not to let them get any further ahead. For both teams, I would imagine. It's poor though from Dowds. Looks to beat Taggart with the dummy, but out for a throw in. David Hutton will look to send it longwards.
Just if we can get a wee bit extra yards, it's running behind.
Stephen Boyd to Salmon. Great turn from Samo. Looks to slip through Henderson. He's found him. Ewan Henderson's shot right down the throat of Much. Good play there from Alloa. Henderson looking sharp there.
The snapshot almost coming off. It's got such a there's almost no backswing on it at all from Henderson when he hits that.
It's a tight angle to beat Much from, to be fair. But a good play from Salmon as well, showing another side of his game. Goes long down and deals with it. And Adam King gets a shove in the back, but stays on his feet, keeps possession. Henderson forced back to Church, and he'll go back to his skipper. He's not going to quite make it to Stephen Boyd, but he's done well to recover. And here is Riley Snow, just stands on the ball. But Senna, tenacious as ever, not quite coming off. Possession just changing hands every couple of seconds as Henderson decides to drive at Falkirk. He's got space to run into if he sees it. He's still going, and it's just still one too many.
Very difficult to go through every one of those players. He's almost managed it, but last hurdle he falls.
Taggart into King. It's not going to trouble Falkirk. Out for a throw in. Yeah, I suppose playing him in that wide position has given him a freedom to maybe take the ball a bit deeper and just run at Falkirk, which he maybe wouldn't get wedged in between the two centre halves up front by himself. He has picked it up though in a central position. Finds Connor Salmon. His touch is not a good one, but recovers well. Knocks it out to Taggart. Snow has the chance to thread through Taggart. Does well, but Taggart's got company out there, and it's ran it out for a throw in. It's a good ball from Riley Snow. Alloa win it back, and the throw in looks to take it quickly. Changes his mind though. Ball comes in, misses Senna, and out for a goal kick. I think Alloa probably will be the happier of the two teams in the opening 30 minutes. Fairly even, not too many chances, but
I think, I feel really disappointed that we're not ahead when we get chances like Salmon had. I feel like those are the ones you need to take.
he's done well to keep that in, looks to get it forward. He's taken it down well, and Kabaya shot flashes past the goal. It's out for a goal kick, but it's not far away, and if anything's going to happen, it's probably going to be from the on loan Livingston man. He's looking sharp. It was a tight angle, and he's not far away. Salmon does well to win the flick on, but Brad Mackay beats Henderson in the air. Good touchdown though from Taggart, and King sprays it wide. Henderson. What can Riley Snow find? He looks to clip it through to Salmon. It's a great opportunity, and Salmon's header's a tame one. He's really got to be getting a better connection on that. It's a second glorious opportunity for the Irishman.
Again, you've got moments like that. How many are we going to get before we get punished at the other end? Salmon again. That's what I say. If it was Henderson, he'd have 2 goals by now.
That's great throw from Riley Snow. Good battling in the middle of the park. Feeds through Boyd. Here's Alloa once more with Boyd. Dances his way into the box, but it's intercepted. It's just so tame from Connor Salmon. It's a great ball in.
It's well worth a second look.
I think it's Riley Snow that puts it in.
And like I say, he has got great vision, great ball in. When you look at it again, do you think he could have taken it on his chest?
He could
done something.
He had all the time in the world.
The flick on was so tame, it's so disappointing.
It's Falkirk's turn to attack. With McGuffey, out to Williamson. McGuffey takes it onto his left foot, looks to curl one in. It's a good ball, but it just misses Dowds.
Do you know what I think there's as much as Connor Salmon's, there's a good chance that's another excellent chance for Falkirk.
Yeah, probably not quite as clear cut, but it's another excellent ball that just needs a good connection. All the qualities in the crosses.
I mean, I like the luck we're having because as we did against Peterhead, there was a lot of opportunities that they passed up for Falkirk as well. That's if Falkirk continue to miss them, I'm quite happy with this streak of luck continuing.
Yeah, I think Peterhead could have found themselves hard done by that they didn't get on the score sheet. And maybe get a couple of penalties as well, but we'll ride it and take everything we can. Snow gets his foot in there and Senna helps him. Telfer's dispossessed and Alloa win back possession. Just come off the hand of Williamson, surely. Not given, but Alloa.
Very difficult for the referees, so I'll give him some slack on that.
It's good from King, just opens the play up and Mendy can knock it out to Taggart. Good from Alloa and there's space on the left again. King finds it. Church forced back, but Alloa just keeping possession. Falkirk really pressing high.
Sell Mendy.
It's pouring in from Mendy and it's not for the first time either. He does it with such confidence and conviction that you think
he must see something. Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing there. He was screamed at Kabaya that he had time to hold it and take his time, but he's not.
This is good. This is good.
It's Boyd to make him punish, and
I tell you what, Henderson is right enough. Look how raging he is at Boyd because he's through on goal. He just needs to play the ball.
And if he is going to take the shot, he's got so much more time to steady himself and get a decent effort at goal. Just really two massive lack of judgment and decisions from Boyd. Not like him at all. I'd probably put that down as not quite as big an opportunity, but another massive chance for a goal. And his balls high, Senna up well, but Mackay also. And Dow's got time to turn, does well. Finds Williamson. Cuts in on his left. It's good from Riley Snow though. Good from Senna, and Alloa come forward.
Again, I like how he's shaping up for much more in the game than we were against Peterhead.
Yeah, dictating play, Alloa. It's that classic King out to Church, and Riley Snow clipping it in behind to Salmon. And again, just not quite his night so far.
Again, last night. nice, it's good and selfish running.
Falkirk can hit Alloa on the break though. Coming forward with McCann. That's just a wee bit of confusion there between the two of them. And Riley Snow, Mendy, sorry, deals with it. Ball goes forward for a corner. Sammy does excellently. Oh, and that's a strong battering from Brad Mackay on Stephen Boyd. It's a round of applause from Salmon, and Salmon's done very, very well there to keep that attack alive, and Boyd's just had to take a sore one for the team. And maybe a little bit far out. I'm sure there'd be a certain man on the Falkirk bench who would be fancying his chances if he had this.
How many references do you think we're going to get for that?
We've not spoke about him for 15 minutes, so I thought I'll throw it in.
That's it.
But it's a decent area. It's quite far out, quite central, but you've got to have a pop from there. I think there's a couple that fancy it. King and Boyd, the favourites. Probably.
King certainly scored from this range. Boyd, I feel like it's a bit far out for Boyd. I do think he'll be favourite.
It looks like he's the one that's going to take it. He's the only one standing over it now. And it's a good position for Stephen Boyd to test Robbie Much. It will be Stephen Boyd. And it's not too far away from the Alloa number 11.
Just flashed to deceive that. Just wide of the goal.
It's up and down and over the wall, but not on target. Again, Alloa win back possession quickly. And I think if you're Barry Ferguson, you're... Oh, and Stephen Boyd might be in. Oh, and it's this time it's his turn to clatter into someone. He's come off worse for it.
Much did really well.
Yeah.
He just made himself big, and it's one of them that is it a knee?
Looks like it's Boyd is going to get the physio team on. I think they're both entitled to go for it. I don't think it's anybody's fault.
Catch that, just that. Yeah, we'll see if I can.
Definitely a sore one. We're back. Oh, we're definitely back. That's loud. Sorry about that. Both players are up and Stephen Boyd is back on. And Alloa will win back possession again. Oh, it's good from Senna across to Riley Snow. Daniel Church now. He's got options in the middle there to knock it in. Looks for Stephen Boyd. It's got all the way through to Stephen Boyd.
Well, welcome back to the second half.
Doesn't seem to be any changes at the break for either team, and hopefully Alloa can make some of this pressure count in the second half.
If we can continue like this first half, I'll be looking forward to it. It's as good as we've managed a 45. I think really deserved to go in ahead at the break.
Durnan does well, just flicks it back to David Hutton. Yeah, they definitely dictated most of the game after a shaky start, but not quite finding the back of the net yet. But here is Senna with the interception, and he just doesn't quite fall to him. Still there for Alloa with Ewan Henderson. I think Senna's taking a wee knock, or he's definitely walking about awkwardly after that.
He's certainly staying very high.
And Ewan Henderson fancies it from range, and it's not too far away. Out of nowhere, caught us all by surprise there. And it's just wide from the Alloa forward.
Talk about trying to start the second half with a bang. What a hit. Almost rasped it in the top corner for 35 yards out. Again, Falkirk with this short play. I'm not sure I like this. They've made it out this time.
Yeah, he's made it out, and he's probably going to get Adam King booked as well. He's very lucky. I think it's Charlie Telfer. It's Craig McGuffey. Apologies. And Adam King goes into the book for that one. But yeah, they're playing it out from the back, and they do not look confident or comfortable at all.
And this is where it's interesting, because I mean, Dick Campbell's our growth team. I'll go back to our growth. In fact, Ian McCall as well. The other thing that he says about his success is you only ask players to do what they can do. You didn't ask too much. You didn't ask them to play like Barcelona and let's pass it out for the back, because it puts them under too much pressure. Like Dick Campbell's team, sometimes they get called hammer thrower and just knock it into the corner, long ball tactics, but it's effective. So far, Falkirk seem to have put themselves in more trouble than it's worth to play out from the back.
Here is McCann. He's got Taylor Sinclair overlapping him. But he's just forgotten to take the ball with him. And Taggart knocks that one out for a throw in. Kenny Miller quick on the case though. Not gonna lie, I kind of half forgot that Kenny Miller was part of the new Falkirk setup. Ex-teammate of the Alloa manager. Falkirk just enjoying a bit more possession. It's Paul Watson. I say that, and he gives it straight to Adam King, and that's late from Adam King, and he's got to be careful. Just moments after picking up a yellow card, makes another foul.
That's it, that's all we need, because I mean we've not had a red card in a while, we're probably overdue one.
Well, do we count Senna's against Celtic?
Oh, okay then, we've had a red card a few games ago.
It's a good ball in, and he gets his foot on it first, and Mendy hauls down. Dowes, he's holding his face.
I don't think you'd be given that. I think that would be very harsh to go against Mendy.
Yeah, I don't see anything in it. He goes down very theatrically. Even if there is contact, when you kind of go down as theatrically as that, it kind of puts the referee off, I would tend to say. At least make it believable. But Falkirk just putting a bit more pressure on. McGuffey's got some space at the edge of the box. Good turn. And it's Kabea, and it's an absolute curler of a goal. And out of nowhere, Falkirk find themselves 1-0 up. Jazzy Kabea with an absolute brilliant strike into the bottom corner.
That's it on 51 minutes, Falkirk. Brilliant strike. I like your announcing. It's good, puts the headphones back on. We should have just left it since it's Falkirk that scored first though.
I know, left them wondering. I'm not quite as good as Bill, I forgot to put the minute into it, but 50 minutes on the clock and Alloa find themselves 1-0 down, and it's cruel, but it's an absolute great effort from Kabea. There's really no stopping it. I think Hutton's complaining about the pressure put on him on the edge of the box, but once he gets the strike away, it's only going one place, and that's the back of the net. But Senna picks it up. He looks to slip through Henderson. It's important Alloa don't let their heads drop too much. They give it away again. Falkirk coming through. It was quite a celebration from the on-loan Livingston man as well. I don't know if he was giving it big licks to David Hutton or if he was just rallying his supporters, but
no, I think he's
certainly going for it.
I think you wanted the Falkirk side to be behind you and in that buoyant mood.
Yeah.
Maybe not invading the park, like giving extra time to your opponents as it happened a few years ago. I missed that.
It was late from Senna, just caught him with a bit of the high boot. He was a wee bit lucky to escape the book there, but the referee has been fairly lenient this game, to be fair. And I think Falkirk fans have got a reaction of some sort out of David Hutton. I don't think it's very hard, to be fair, so shouldn't be too proud of themselves.
So I've missed all the action there as I pan over.
But they're definitely buoyed by that goal. It's definitely got the fans singing. Because they've been fairly subdued for the opening 50 minutes of this game. Paul Watson's up, he is okay. He's jogging off fairly quickly as well, so I think he's going to continue, no problem. Goes long, Mendy up against Dowds. Unorthodox from Mendy, and he knocks it right to the feet of Kabea. Dunning's over to cover, wins the goal kick, but Mendy's got to be stronger. He just shows far too much.
Could have went wrong again, and that's Falkirk fans getting excited about a wee challenge on Hutton as he tries to collect the ball.
Yeah, he's definitely.
When you look back at the Mendy one again, it's, I don't know. He's got these moments in him. We never seem to be punished by it, so that's maybe the only saving grace. No one's expecting it. How can you expect the unexpected?
Falkirk definitely similar to the first half, enjoying the lion's share of possession and the chances in the opening 10 minutes. That's slack though. Does go out for a throw in. And it's frustrating for Alloa, and it's the thing that we harped on about in the first half so much. Take your chances when they come, take your chances when you're on top, because there's absolutely no way Falkirk are going to play as bad as they did in the first half and the second.
And it was the gifts that we were given. just around in and around the edge of the box. Obviously, Falkirk the onus of the game is now on us when you break teams down, and we've said it again and again this season that that's what we struggle with. Teams can sit in and be comfortable against us.
Maybe the next 5 to 10 minutes just to give some freshness. You might see the likes of Kevin Colley, Stephen Skugel, maybe Cammy O'Donnell come on to play. It has just gone a wee bit flat for Alloa.
I mean, like I said with James Carey, I'll gene up the crowd. I think it'll G up Falkirk to get the goal. A second goal probably a killer, because I don't think if we ever keep back to 2 goals down this season, it's certainly been a rare occurrence. If any. The first goal has been so important for us.
Taggart over with the throw in just into the Falkirk calf, goes long. Salmon holds it up well, just bouncing about there like a pinball, and it's eventually headed back safely into the hands of Falkirk number 1. Robbie Much goes long looking for Anton Dowds. Ball.
A brilliant kick,
yeah. Durnan just
wins a corner, and that is the kind of route one stuff that puts people under pressure. Yeah. Ignore all this mucking about at the back. It's getting the ball forward and get it into the final third.
Durnan finds himself sandwiched in between 2 Falkirk defenders. It's bouncing over his head. There's only one thing he can do, just knock it out for a corner, and just like that, Falkirk are able to get pretty much 8 bodies into the box. Corner comes in, it's deep and it's headed back in by Dowds. And come back once more. That scuffed cross, but Kabea picks it up. He's not getting a foul for that. Was
that really Snow there?
I think it was. Yeah.
He did sort of use his shoulder to push.
Yeah,
push down.
Yeah. Looking at the replay there, it does look like he's just silly foul to give, because he's going.
Listen, that could be worse. Lee Griffiths could know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But it's inside the D. It's so close. You'd reckon it's a prime position. As the rain absolutely pours down, and you can't really get a better position than this. And there's a couple of bodies over it. Egan Jacobs, Charlie Telford and McGuffey. Will be McGuffey, and it's low and it's into the bottom left corner, and Falkirk double their lead. It's driven from Craig McGuffey to make it 2-0 to the Bairns, and Alloa are made to pay for their slow start in the second half.
And like we say, Kieran, you know, those chances that were spurned. And smoke bomb in the Falkirk end as well.
Goal scorer for Falkirk, 58 minutes, number 11, David Duffy.
It's the worst job in the world to stadium announce Falkirk goals, but that's the blue flare onto the pitch, and that's going to take another wee bit of stoppage, but more importantly it's
and that's mindless. You know, the first thing about it is that burns the park away. There'll be a big patch in that park after maybe tens of thousands of pounds of damage. Falkirk fans have got a reputation. I suppose they're living up to that. It's just toxic.
Meow. But
at least there's no in the crowd. I feel good for all the young folk in there that are no inhaling that.
There will be Stephen Skugel coming on for Alloa, and going off is Adam King. probably a positive change. Adam King finds himself in a yellow card. Stefan Skugel gives Alloa a bit more going forward as well.
King's been quiet. I suppose in the second half everybody's been quiet so far. Falkirk have not been. They're making themselves be heard and seen.
So disappointing from Alloa. They've really not come out in the second half at all. Had that early kind of chance. There wasn't even a chance for Ewan Henderson, and apart from that, it's just been something to 2 killer blows from the visitors. And they're playing with such confidence now, the Bairns. Is it all over him, Mark Dunnan? So, there we go. And that'll be the free kick there for Falkirk. And Alloa just can't get going. An opportunity for Falkirk to get the ball into the box. And it's a free kick for Alloa. Durnan goes down, and lucky for Alloa, Cassina absolutely sliced that out. And the referee, pedantic as ever, just tells Hutton to take it 5 yards back.
I tell you, with Jordan Munch's kicking though, it's maybe no the. If you want him another 5 yards forward, you could have a shot at goal. Don't know about Hutton, that was just over the halfway line, so it's no quite the weapon that the other end's got.
And the second ball falls in Falkirk's favour though, unlike the first half where everything seemed to be falling for Alloa. So Falkirk throwing out. It's wild from Mendy, and he's completely missed that one as well. It's still bobbling about. Dowds looks to take advantage, but Alloa could hit Falkirk on the break. Senna's just got to go long.
I just think it was funny that it's Boyd doing that defensive work at centre back. The only wee man on the back is coming in and covering.
And with Queen's Park winning as well, it could be a very damaging night for Barry Ferguson. 9 points off the playoffs, it could be. And it's a tough one to take. Well, it is Daniel Church as Alloa look to get their way back into this game. Does break for Henderson, he clips it across goal, and it's cleared off from Falkirk and eventually hooked away.
We're getting our hopes up there, but the delivery's just not good enough. It needs to beat that first man and get into the box where it can do some danger, but not enough power and not the placement on it at all. It's Mendy. There's a short one.
McCann just kind of waits for the foul, gets the foul. They take it quickly though with Telfer, and Alloa are nearly caught sleeping. Mendy over to cover though. Does eventually get it cleared. We'll come back at Alloa with Telfer.
See if he could have went the other way, if he'd have flicked it inside the number 19.
Anton Dowds. Taggart goes down the line. Salmon's the target. Good chest down from Salmon, and Boyd does well. Can Henderson just knock it forward, looking for Stephen Boyd. Brad Mackay takes no chances though, heads it out for a throw-in. Bit better from Alloa, but not really causing the Falkirk defence any panic. Falkirk win the ball back, and Jacobs breaks. And look at this, Alloa's defence is posted missing, and it is Kabea. Good cover from Mendy, but it just seemed to open up there for Falkirk. You can hear Lee Griffiths' name being chanted. You can't quite see the dugout, but I don't know if maybe he's preparing for his debut. Corner comes in, it's Salmon that clears it. Skugul looks to help it along. Falkirk are driving forward with Williamson. Skabea, good feet from the forward. And it will be a double substitution for Falkirk. It will be a debut for Lee Griffiths, and it will be a return for Stephen Hetherington. A couple of interesting changes for the Bairns. I think they will make it now, and it will be Jace Kabea and Craig McGuffey, I think, that have gone off at the far side. The two goal scorers will go off, and they will be replaced by Hetherington and Griffiths.
It's a raucous celebration as Falkirk's new superstar takes the field. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what impact it makes in League One. Certainly at Dundee, he's struggled. There's no other way to put it. I think the review I got earlier was he's still got the touches, but he's just not got an engine at all. And that's what he was so good at. And obviously rattle him in the top corner from any direction. We'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, you would expect Lee Griffiths, no matter how fit or unfit he is, to always score goals in League One. And with the chances that Alloa are gifting in the second half, I'm sure he would have been sitting on the bench fancying a few of them, but he is offside there.
Saved by the flag.
Now we're just becoming a wee bit slack with our passes. It was Redley Snow that put that one out, but this is when you know Alloa are struggling. When Ewan Henderson's, we saw it last year as well, and he's dropping so deep to get any touches of the ball, and it's just totally wasted.
That is the story of the second half. We'll just not be able to actually swat at all. A nightmare.
Yes, Hetherington, good from Hetherington. Goes long. Henderson just causing enough of a problem, but it's dealt with by Jacobs. Falkirk playing it out from the back, but with a lot more success than last time, but it will be intercepted by Riley Snow.
It's bound to be hard now for Alloa's tired legs, especially the demoralised legs as well, to do the same kind of good pressing that they were doing at 0-0.
At Taggart's cross is an unorthodox
one.
one.
Tell you what,
did it come off the hand?
It's one of them. See, I've forgotten the rules of the handball mystify me now, because it rolled up him and off I would say off a hand. Certainly, if no a hand, it was a midriff.
There's claims from the Alloa team. They weren't too strong claims, to be fair.
Nah, I think it might just from our angle, it might have looked better than it was.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I think we would have been felt hard done by if we were given it against. But Skugul will latch on to the loose ball his first real involvement of the game. It's a very wayward pass from Stefan Skugel, very uncharacteristic of him, but not uncharacteristic of this second half performance. It's a simple pass, there's nobody marking either of them, and he's put it out of play. It's good battling there from Riley Snow. Eventually Alloa come out of possession, but good recovery from Falkirk. Here's Lee Griffiths, he gets Mendy on the half turn, brings McCann into it. Intercepted though from Taggart. Still going to stay in, and Hetherington will be the one to collect it, and boys just hold them down. I think that's out of frustration more than anything.
Yep, and it's a foul given away, and again an opportunity for Falkirk to get themselves in the box.
Yeah, it's a silly foul, but
I think Paul Wilson's one that always seems to put the heaters against us, so I'm going to wait on him. That's who I'm pinpointing this year, because he's done us a few times.
Hetherington, he's actually gone for a goal, Stephen Hetherington, and it's just over the bar. It's cheeky from Hetherington, but it's not too far away.
Clearly not enough wind tonight to direct it in.
And Hutton's way off his line, he's very entitled to go for it. It's crazy positioning from David Hutton, unless he doesn't know it's coming. Like he's thinking he's got an extra second to get back. And there's Riley Snow. Oh, it's a beautiful ball from Snow. Salmon is onside. Knocks it back to Senna. Gives it to Skugel. Good turn from Skugel. Robbie Much spills it and gathers the second ball. Alloa close there to getting a lifeline.
It's good. The brightest moment of the second half so far. Do you know, at 20 minutes to go, if we could get one goal right, that would give us a grandstand finish, which is what we really need.
Durnan intercepts it quickly. Hopefully that chance just gives Alloa a wee bit of a lease of life. There is chances left in this game.
You can see again that the second balls are just no dropping for us. These touches.
Goes way to McCann. Hetherington into Charlie Telfer. Telfer does well to beat Riley Snow, but blocked in the end. Williamson will have a chance to get the ball into the box. Takes it short to Telfer. Telfer fancies the effort, and it's deflected wide.
A decent move for Falkirk.
He was in a rush to get that ball on the near side to actually take the corner.
Just giving themselves a bit of a rest, and they'll rest up and go again, because it's Stephen White making all the moves forward, as much as Alloa have just had that single chance just now. It's nice, calm, collected for Falkirk, and they are looking like the ones that are going to be adding to their tally. Hetherington with the ball in.
Yeah, David Hutton collects it.
Nice easy one there, that's no danger at all.
But it's just thrown it right back to Keegan Jacobs. Who's been dispossessed by Taggart, but it's slack from the Alloa goalkeeper. And Alloa have only got themselves to blame for the position that they're in. They've had the chances in the first half. Falkirk have definitely improved in the second half, but Alloa have made it easy for them at times. Henderson does win that ball back though. Connor Salmon's option. It's a good ball from Samo. Henderson's touch just can't quite give him the opportunity. Boyd battling, and there's a free kick in there, and it is in Falkirk's favour. Boyd's really fallen out this game, to be honest. All he seems to be involved in is
fouls.
petty fouls.
And like I said, this is what happens when you don't take your chances. I mean, how different would that have been? You know, Falkirk, with their own fans were on their back, you remember, maybe half an hour in. And, you know, they'd have had a toxic, they'd have made the atmosphere toxic anyway, but instead it's a buoyant mood and they're knocking the ball about, and Alloa are just struggling. As the ball's forward, not even challenging there. That's where we are. Yeah. We're struggling.
Ball goes long. Salmon's got time to bring that one down. Brings Stephen Boyd into it. It's a good ball from Boyd to Skugel on the left. Let's see what Skuggs can do. Flips it into the middle. It's going to go all the way through to Taggart. He delays though, and Falkirk make the tackle, and it's kept in by Robbie Much. Oh, no.
Yeah,
no corner.
I don't. Yeah, so I'm maybe a wee bit surprised that Tags didn't play him for a penalty at all. He got his touch wrong, and his leg folded the wrong way.
Alloa will make their second change of the evening. Lizzie Riley Snow will come off, be replaced by Cammy O'Donnell. Started the first half excellently, picking out passes, spraying the ball, falling out of it a little bit in the second half, but positive performance from Riley Snow, replaced by Cammy O'Donnell.
I always keep saying this, O'Donnell, a bit of a wild card, what he can give you, we'll see.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. I'm surprised to see Kevin Colley still stay on the bench, but see what O'Donnell's got. Corner comes in, it's a free header and it's blocked. And Griffiths gets the first touch in front of Taggart, but he's not got the pace to beat Taggart. Falkirk fans are just loving anything he does.
Yeah. I mean, you would.
Can with the throw in down the line for Dowds. Good for Mendes, he's going to quite finish the job. Telfer over with him. Still well, Mendes. Corner kick. Go. Corner comes in, it's a free header and it's in the back of the net. I think it's Anton Dowds that's put it in eventually. The corner came in, there seemed to be no Alloa bodies there at all. It came off the post and Anton Dowds just can't miss from there.
And like I said a wee minute ago, it was Watson with the first header off the crossbar, or off the post in the crossbar. It was certainly somewhere in between. And Alloa in a deep mire now, Falkirk running away with it.
Goal scorer for Falkirk, 78 minutes, 19, Anton Dowds.
It's so slack from Alloa. It's a free header pretty much, and Anton Dowds has got the whole 6-yard box to himself.
I mean, to be fair, it's a wicked bounce when it comes off the woodwork like that. You've got to look at the first one with Durnan. But like I keep saying, Watson is a man who has a danger for set pieces, so it's to be expected. And you saying game over, Kieran? What's that? Do you think?
I would hedge my bets. I'm not a betting man, but I would go for not getting anything out of this game.
Is it going to be a rout? Is 3-0 counting as a rout?
Nah, no, it doesn't count as a rout. But it could get messy if Alloa don't get their act together, because I'm sure the Falkirk players will be looking to strike when the iron's hot. They've had a tough couple of weeks, a draw and a loss in the last couple of games. And they're going to make another double substitution. Gary Miller coming on, as is Seb Ross. Keegan Jacobs goes off, as does Ryan Williamson. Charlie Telfer, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Just going to jump in with 21 there.
Charlie Telfer and Keegan Jacobs off. Seb Ross and Gary Miller on.
But yeah, 10 minutes to go and foregone conclusion. Disappointing stuff.
I think it's going to be a bit of a processional 10 minutes. It'll be a very frustrating evening for Barry Ferguson. Probably one of the most frustrating games of the season, which is saying something just for their first half dominance, and it's a Jekyll and Hyde performance to a T. Did everything right in the first half bar score, the old cliche. But the second half has been really poor. Kevin Colley will come on for Alloa. It will be
400 appearances, eh?
400 appearances for Kevin Colley, and on a night that doesn't have much to write about for an Alloa perspective, Kevin Colley comes on for 400 appearances. True club legend over the last 10 or so seasons.
Yeah, it's grim circumstances to make that. It's no one you're going to remember. 10 minutes at the end of a 3-0 defeat. So far. And you have to say for the second half, like we said, Falkirk have closed up, they've done well. I'll need to look back at it to see exactly what their secret is. But they have stopped us completely in our tracks since that, like the first half.
Yeah.
Obviously we had that brilliant period and they were on the ropes. And we just couldn't get the killer blow in.
Mendy intercepts it. He's knocked it into a dangerous area, but should deal with it, and he's slipped. It's just comical. Absolutely comical from the Alloa defence. Falkirk win back possession. Lee Griffiths.
Outside of the football.
It's a very good cross from Lee Griffiths.
Offside?
Yeah, looks
interesting shout.
Looks like Ross is just straight offside. I think he has, just ever so slightly.
You got to say it was a beautiful outside the foot. I'm very partial to those kind of balls.
Mendy. And it's just it's not his night at all. So frustrating, just knocks the ball out the park, gives back possession to Falkirk. And if you're Andy Graham sitting on the bench and you've been dropped for very little and you're watching that performance, I don't think you're a very happy man.
We're clearly resting them for the more important games against these five.
Scraps.
So I did notice it's busy tonight. It's Brian Rice is here. There's
John McGlynn.
John McGlynn. Yeah, there's a whole detachment for Wraith, as we've mentioned. That who did that? Who was I going to say? The East Fife managers here. That's
Stevie Crawford.
Stevie Crawford. Yeah, I played mind blank for some reason. This game was just, I think maybe just because it was a Tuesday night as well, that everybody wants to watch it. There was DC United tried to get a scout pass. We've also had a scout for Leicester City who wanted a space in the director's box. That's really out of the park. Would you say he's lost the heat?
Yeah, I think he maybe lost it half an hour ago, to be fair. Yeah, some interesting names. I don't think they'll have too much to write home about. No. I don't think.
I was like, maybe Brendan Rodgers could use Lee Griffiths right now. Maybe it's the return. Do you know what I mean? It's all is forgiven. I've seen how bad this Leicester team is.
Well, again, was getting a ticket from Alloa to America anytime soon.
No.
This Alloa breaking. Can Ewan Henderson get Alloa consolation? It's forward. It's a ball searching for Connor Salmon, but
I think it was a ball that Ewan Henderson would like to himself, but Salmon was not for it. He was looking at it and going, "I'll never reach him." Ewan?
Falkirk just enjoying possession now. 5 or so minutes of this game. Will make another substitution. Jamie Wilson will be coming on, but it's Lee Griffiths, and he saw his name in lights, but he's blazed it over the bar. It's a good ball in from Williamson, and he's tons of space just peeling off of Mendy. Jamie Wilson will come on.
So these 5 subs are interesting to say the least.
And Ryan Williamson will come on. I don't really understand why we need 5 subs.
No, especially because most times this season we've really struggled at actually filling our bench.
Yeah, I understood it when we came back from COVID, but there's been not much break in play for football.
Especially at our level. I think they're looking at the top end and saying, "Oh, the fixtures are going to get congested. Celtic and Rangers being really big." So I think I can understand that they need to rely on their star players.
But this is Alloa's first midweek game in
I
long time.
think it's the only one
in the league.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I didn't think there was any scheduled this season at all.
Nope, we've played a cup game obviously midweek.
Yep.
But no league games midweek, so I think it's belief why we've voted through 5 subs. Like you say, especially when half the teams in the division can't fill the bench. Taggart crosses in, it's too deep though, and out for a goal kick.
Henderson went down there. I'm going to give that a bit of a closer look.
I don't think there's much in it. There's not much movement of the hands there from. I think that's Jamie Wilson just getting straight involved.
Yeah, so I see. Yeah, it's.
I don't think his hands do anything. I think
we can't get any consolation in it. Yes, absolutely.
Even if you put your bias specs on, you still can't get it. No, I don't think that was a penalty. Burnham just bodies Lee Griffiths. And then gives the ball away. The story of the second half. Better there from Durnan. Church goes down the line. And Mackay just knocks it out.
Shout is from.
Oh, I don't think you need to guess what it is. Griffith's been made welcome by the Alloa fans. I don't think it'll bother him too much. Taggart lines it up well over the bar. Surely Griffiths has heard a lot worse, but.
The Alloa fans have decided not to give the ball back at all. They're just throwing it out the turn. There's somebody's decided to throw it back. One of the sensible old teats. But the kids were. That was the most fun they've had all game.
I know, and you can see Cammy O'Donnell. He's putting his arms to the sky. I know we're 3-0 down, but just get on with it. The sooner you throw the ball, if nothing else, the sooner you throw the ball, and the sooner it's finished. Like, although we might not be getting anything out of it, let's just get on with this. And Senna with a bit of space. Cammy O'Donnell lines it up. Down the throat of Much. Easily dealt with. There's Anton Dowd. Ross, but on different wavelengths there as we approach the end of this game. Cameron O'Donnell's getting stuck in about it, not quite coming off for him. And it is hard to actually pinpoint what's going on in the second half for Alloa. I can't look at one change or anything like that.
You've got to say, I don't know how we're going to say his name. I'm going to go with Jay's Cabell.
He's been the difference.
What a good goal to start Falkirk off. Just a brilliant curl finish. And then from there, kind of just spiralled out our way. Chances give a lot of confidence and they boost you. You get an extra couple metres in the legs that you can run, and being 1-0 down, no making anything.
Yeah, I do think
it's just spiralled. It's very difficult to see. Good feet, good footwork.
It's good footwork there from Seb Ross, and we've spoke about it all night, so it's quite fitting that he's going to get a chance to have a free kick 91 minutes in. I mean, it's
Stevie Heatherton steps up, says that. No.
It's actually a lot further out than I thought it was, but Lee Griffiths will take the free kick. Who else is going to take it? You can feel the excitement behind the goal from the travelling fans as their new number 9 lines up the free kick. It will be Griffiths to take, and it's not too far away. Comfortable enough, comfortably over enough. That was it's written in the stars for him, but probably be the last chance of the game, you would imagine. And O'Donnell to tag it. From tags. This is just into a crowd of white shirts. Falkirk kick it clear. Griffiths knocks it back into his defence, and this game will just put it out. We enter the second minute, third minute even of additional time. And his header forward. Intercepted by Falkirk though. There will be a free kick in Alloa's favour. I can't imagine there'll be too much left of this game. Breaking the play there. And throw in as time ticks down. Stephen Skugel dancing forward, he's into trouble low. Now throw in for the Wasps as the referee blows for full time, and there's boos from the home support. It's an evening of frustration as Alloa fall to a 3-0 defeat to Falkirk. Goals from Jace Cabea, Craig McGuffey and Anton Dowds, all in the second half, make Alloa pay for plenty of missed chances in the first. They fall 9 points off of the promotion playoffs, and they remain in 7th position. It's a night of frustration for Alloa as they leave with nothing. Not really much to say that hasn't been said already, is there? They had the chances in the first half. They had not just one or two, they had ample, but couldn't take them. Falkirk came out a different team in the second half.
Yep.
Great goals.
Credit to them. Played like the full-time team, so that's it. With the quality there, you'd think that they'll put out on a wee charge for the playoffs. Just out of interest, how many would they be behind? I didn't know. Did you catch the Queen's Park score? Would they be?
So with Queen's Park winning 2-1, Falkirk move within 2 points of the playoffs, albeit played a game more, so still very much to play for the Bairns. No fairy tale debut goal for Lee Griffiths, but no doubt he'll bolster their chances going forward. For Alloa, it's time to dust themselves down and get ready for East Fife, who will visit on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think it's vital now that we do impose ourselves on the teams that are lower and just make sure that we're not in a position at the end of the season that we're in any danger, because we could well slip back under and find ourselves in trouble. But yeah, we'll see you again on Saturday, I guess. And
thanks very much, Lewis.
Yeah, I'll leave
Thanks
you
for watching.
Yeah, and I'll leave you with the events of the game.